We want to have a conversation with people, and not all posts are going to create that conversation. That's why you want to make sure that you add a link, maybe where they can go and learn more about you. Take them to your website, take them to a blog, take them to an e-commerce site, take them to a landing page where they can download, put their email in and download that free gift, and then get into what we call the funnel system. That's what we want to think about. That's part of the conversation. It may not always just be comments within the thread of a post. So there's all sorts of ways to get that engagement. But yes, that's the end result that we want, that we're striving for. And when I'm working with someone that says, what do you mean I got to post every day? Well, you need to be somewhere every day on with your marketing. Your marketing needs to be out there every single day. So you have to have a marketing calendar. Maybe one time a month you're going to do a blog. Maybe you're going to put out a newsletter once a month. Perhaps you have Facebook, you have Instagram, and you have LinkedIn. So you want to make sure that you're varying your posts. And yes, you can repurpose them, meaning you can use a post you put on Facebook and then take that post and put it on LinkedIn. But you have to remember that you're going to have to change up a little bit of the way the post is read, because every social site has its own personality. On Instagram, you can get by with, again, kind of very short little message like you do on Twitter with hashtags. The hashtag is the word or group of words with the pound sign in front of it, and that's going to sort that conversation so more people looking for that key hashtag or keyword will see that in a thread of conversation within Instagram specifically and Twitter. It also happens on Facebook, but it's more, used more on your Instagram and your Twitter. But so you can actually take something and schedule it. There's Hootsuite, which is a great dashboard, and you can use a free version. That's HOOTSUITE.com. You can actually set up some platforms and then schedule posts and then have them just go out, and that way you're not on it every single day as well. But on Facebook, I highly recommend on your business page, you use the scheduler that's on the business page. And the reason for that is that Facebook does not play nice with third-party apps. Now, they do play nice with Instagram because they own Instagram.
No, they don't play nice with third-party apps at all.
But you can use Hootsuite to post on your personal timeline or in any groups and such as well, because that's, it's going to go right in there. So definitely, these are some tools that you can use to help yourself. If you need any other help, WCN Interactive. I'm a social media trainer. We've been doing online marketing since 1998, and I've been training with social media since 2010. I think my very first client, I did a blog for them. I set the blog up. I charged $49. I think back about those days and I'm thinking, oh my gosh. But I have group training. I also offer corporate training, individual group training, up to 5 people. It's like in my home, actually. I do corporate training where I can come into the corporate offices. I also do personal training. I just trained with a client today on the phone, and I have another one I've scheduled to do a Zoom training next week. So it doesn't always have to be in person. So if you're not here in the Brevard County area and you want to know more, definitely go to my WCN Interactive, WCNinteractive.com, and on the contact form, sign up for a free consultation. And Richard and I can talk to you. Richard does a lot of training with how to use your brand, use your personal brand on social media.
The brand YOU.
Exactly. It definitely needs to be that way. But let's get to the third part of the formula. The 50% is content that's interesting and entertaining. 30% is the content that's informative and resourceful. Now, 20%, everybody take a deep breath and relax. This is where you can actually be promotional and promote about you. However, you have to be careful so that you're not being too salesy.
I've coined a word called unselling on that, and that's where you're enticing. You're teasing them. You're putting information out there to get them to interact with you, so that they get comfortable enough that they're ready to hit that buy now button, or click over to your website and hit the buy now button wherever it resides. But it's not that you can't sell, because you can sell. But you have to do it in the proper manner. It's a social site, not a sales site. This isn't. What's the one site that they sell all that used stuff on?
eBay.
eBay. It's not an eBay.
Well,
but you can do it subtly.
Okay, give me an example of how I would sell subtly.
Okay, you've got one of your famous social media training classes coming up. Mm-hmm. So you start talking a couple of weeks before that about all the stuff that you can do on social media. You can do this on Facebook, you can do this on LinkedIn, you do your YouTube videos, your Twitters, all of these things that come along, and you get people interested in wanting to know how they can do this type of stuff. And as they get more interest, the people that will rise to the top that are willing to pay your fee, whether it's a little or a lot, doesn't matter. Mm-hmm. There's people of the whole spectrum. They will begin to interact with you. They're going to ask a question. Well, Cheri, is your training on social media, will it cover the content and how I post the content, or when I post the content? So, and those are the people that you want to flag and really bring them in.
I love that. So you're actually having a conversation and then directing them to, basically what you want to do is, you want to make sure that when you're posting anything that you, and I'm going to repeat this, I've said it a couple times, that I have that objective. What is it that I want to gain from this? We all want to gain something. Otherwise, why do it? We're in business. But I also know that I want to make a difference with everyone that I meet, everyone that I work with. I also want to serve others. So when I'm focusing on my products or services, what I focus on is, again, finding out what they want to learn if they were going to be at a Facebook marketing class. What is it that they really want to, what's their takeaway? What is that one takeaway they really want to walk away with? Because I always tell everyone that in our trainings, they're always going to have a takeaway. Even if it's a complimentary training that we do around in the area here at the different chambers, or the SCORE events, or the SBDC, we provide some takeaways. But those takeaways, if they don't know the strategy, or they don't know how to develop the content, then they're really not going to be able to take action. So I want to make sure that they know that we're here to help them do more, because there's so many pieces of this that it can be very, very confusing. And that's why people stop short. And that's why they don't move forward, or their business, or they stop doing it. And then they tell me, that didn't work. I don't do Facebook. It doesn't work. I don't do Facebook ads. I've never had an ad work. And it's because they hear that they have to do it. They might go to a webinar that provides them some free information, or a workshop that gives them some free information. That's all great information, but it doesn't give them all the necessary steps. They have to take action by learning more. My gosh, Richard, look how we have continued with our education. I was talking to our producer here, to Jeff, talking to him about, I sometimes don't even feel I can sleep at night because there's so many changes happening within social media. It's hard to keep up with every single site. There's no way I can. I have to make sure that I know what I do best, and that's the information that I share with my clients, and how they can do that best, and so they can then continue working their business, which of course that is what they really excel in.
Exactly, and it is one of the challenges is social media is always changing. One of the fun things about social media is it's always changing. And so it's two ends of the same stick. I like that they're evolving. I like that all these sites out there, they're trying to get better within their own sphere of influence at what they do. So you look at all of this that happens out there, and it's just amazing, the not just the technology, the thought that people go through in doing this. A lot of the millennials are really great at posting, and they're quick and they're fast, and they got all these new sites down. Where do the millennials need help? monetizing it. Where do we that are a little more seasoned, what do we need? We know how to monetize it. We just don't know enough about the sites. So we can learn together or create partnerships together where we can all benefit ourselves.
And I always say learning the sites might seem overwhelming. And that's what I hear. However, it really isn't understanding and learning the sites, because it just takes you some time to get on them. One of the individuals I was training this morning was on the constant contact email marketing, and we were on the phone just going through it, and it's like, she goes, well, what's my homework? And I said, what your homework is, you got to go play. You have to go play. Take a template, practice doing the drop and drag, practice. And that's what you have to do on social media. So like Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, Instagram, every one of them, you have to get on there and just start clicking buttons around and figure out where everything is, because I can train you today and it might be different tomorrow. So what I focus on is really helping our clients understand how to develop content so that you can have better communication or conversation and get better engagement, so that conversation can go somewhere and help you grow your business. Because that's what makes social media work, is, again, having people getting to know you. You want to make sure that you're attracting, engaging, and you are providing share-worthy information to your audience. So again, doing content marketing is not a maybe.
You got to put something up there. Whatever you put up there is content.
It's a must do. Exactly. And so
we had a question come up there.
Okay.
Where do I start? That's a really great question. And first of all, you start wherever you are. Don't judge yourself. Okay. Just start creating content. Write a sentence. Put a phrase up there. Put a like, start commenting on other sites. And the more you do all of this, the more comfortable you will get. And the more people that see you, then the more people will engage with you. Mm-hmm. It's a process. It's not overnight. It may take 6 months or so to get it done. But the engagement, the people coming back to you and liking, the comments that come back in to you, that's how you know it's working. Now, there's a long ways from working to monetizing, but it's all the same process, because once they start commenting, they have a little bit of interest in you, and they keep going, and they go from the like to the commenting. They're building that trust. They want to start a relationship with you in there. They want to go beyond that, and it doesn't matter. It's video. They still comment on the video. You go to YouTube, you got comment locations that are in there. So when you do it, and when you have a large enough audience, when you have enough people around you that know, like, and trust you, they will find that buy now button. And the more that find the buy now button and then come back to social media and say, Cheri's training was just awesome, man. I learned so much. Now, that gives us all good goosies, okay? But what is it doing to everybody else that's out there looking at it? And that's what it is. And that's where the monetization starts.
Exactly. And I will tell you, one of the key things that I do, and I teach my clients to do, when you have people that go out and shout on any of the social media platforms and give a shout out about you or a testimonial, go do a screen capture of that and put it in a file. Because then you want to take that and you can create content from that. That way you're not boasting about yourself, or you're not just writing a testimonial out. You're actually going to take that screenshot and produce an image from it with it, and then put that image either on your website or on your blog, or put it out on Pinterest, or put it on one of your, LinkedIn or Facebook, because now people see that somebody actually did that. So you're actually doing a little bit of boasting, but yet you're also saying thank you, and you're bringing attention to that person. And then what I will do a link to their website so that I'm helping promote them as well. So you're giving them some content that they can now use. There's so many different strategies that I love, and you have to have a content marketing strategy as you do within your social media strategy or your marketing strategy or your business strategy. You have to have a plan so that you are actually getting results, because that's if you just throw it out there, you have no idea whether it works or not. And there are analytics that you can actually go in the back of your platforms, like on your Twitter page. You can see how much of a reach you had, how much of an engagement or retweet or whatever. And no, it doesn't work